All right, we're going to take a break here. I got this whole section mowed, and we're going to go take a look and see it. I forgot, while we've got the one tractor out, this guy, our T5, can get out there also and do some planting. So, or not planting, but fertilizing. He can start doing the fertilize process. Hire a worker to do that. Oh, we fertilized already, didn't we? Stop. Okay, we pre-fertilized these fields, which is the way that we should do it, because then we're not trying to rush up there to get it fertilized, but dar. I totally forgot about that, so. We'll fill up our fertilizer again to replace or replenish that which I used. Wish the guy would just detect instead of keeping running. It's like, wait. Alright, so he's good. I'll park him right here. That's fine, probably. And how's this guy doing? Oh, once again, we meet up with him on the last pass. So we'll hang out here and finish up, and we'll take him up to the last field and plant up there. See you guys in a minute. All right, so we're up top, planting the last unicorn field. Oh, what happened? Why did he quit? That was weird. Is he going now? It's bizarre. Okay. So, I guess I'm going to keep mowing here now that we got all that taken care of. We're going to mow this pasture here. Though it's a little bit of a pain to get in and out of there with everything, but we're going to do it. We're doing it. Here we go. Time to get slow. It's still faster than doing one of these, or yeah, because I don't have to double my time, so it's still going to be faster, but not too bad. We got 14 kilometers going here. 11, 10, 9, 8. All right, guys, catch up with you in a little bit. All right, so this guy's finished that upper field, and now we're going to move him down to that field that I want to grass in. So with the three areas that I just mowed and this grass field, we should have enough to keep us supplied with hay and silage. So there's two ways to make silage. You already saw the first way where we chaff it. The second way is to get a bale wrapper. And what you do is you mow the grass, and then you ted it so it dries out and make hay. And then you make the bale, and then you wrap that bale, and the bale will turn into silage. Now, in the game, it happens instantaneously. In real life, I think it takes probably a couple months for a bale to become silage, maybe even longer, I don't know. But there's those two different processes. You can either put it all on the ground and wrap it, and you can use grass or chaff, or you can wrap hay into wrapped bales, and those will become silage. So we are going to use the bale wrapper to make silage going forward. And this silage that we have, we are going to sell to the biogas plant. It won't be worth that much, but I know I promised no biogas, but I need to be honest with you, it's just going to make more of a mess and a confusion mess than it will be just not having that stuff there. So we'll get it out of here as soon as it's ready. It shouldn't take too long. All right, so we're going to grass this field in. Once you grass a field, you have to plow it to get it back. So grass pretty much ruins a field as far as growing crops. And you can see it's grassing it in right there. And that's it. Now the nice thing is, once again, you never have to fertilize or reseed it. It will always be grass. So In this case, we want lots of grass here so we can make hay. Eventually, I might buy another field nearby, and we'd do our wheat there, so we can have straw. Maybe that field over there, just beyond the ridge line here on our field. There's that second field back there. That might make a good straw field, so we can get our hay on this side and our straw on that side. We'll see. You know, and as the farm grows, we may have to change that around. So I'm gonna let this guy work. Back up here where we've been mowing, I've mowed the heck out of this field. I do need to go get one more pass. So I just think I need the front mower running for this. Wait a minute. The rear mowers we can... Oh, not do that. We can fold those rear mowers up for now. You'll notice already with those things off how much faster I'm traveling just, you know, by myself here. But I missed a couple spots that I wanted to get. So I'm going to get them right now. Right now. I'm going to get them. I'm going to mow right now. Sorry. I was in an 80s mood yesterday. I was listening to a bunch of Bryan Adams songs. You know, it's kind of funny. All his stuff is about having affairs. I'm like, geez. Like when you're a kid, you know, you don't really pay attention to that stuff or know or really understand, you know, what he's singing about. And I'm like every single song on his Reckless album is about having an affair. I'm like, maybe he was having an affair. Horrible. Like, it seems so innocent, you know, when you're a kid, but then you go back and, as an adult and listen to it and you're like, wow, this is pretty depressing and I won't say dangerous, but like, geez. Of course, they also talk about how bad it is and how wrong it is, but still, I'm like, gosh, this kind of ruined my impression of his music. Because later on, his songs were all like total love ballads, you know, like, of course, I hate everything I do it for you. I'm so sick of that song because of Robin Hood and the Never Ending. But anyway, that's probably his most popular song. Summer of '69 was super popular too. Alright, so we're going to clean this guy up. We're going to put these mowers away. I think I'm going to stow them elsewhere. Look, see, the problem is there's just so much crap in this barn. I think maybe I'll move the... Oh, gotta put this away. Okay. I think maybe I'll put... Like, all this stuff can stay. But I'll put the cow thing up somewhere else. The cow feeder up in the other barn. And I can put the mowers up there too. Right? Or I can put the mowers here. Let's see. If I move the cow... The mixer... Oh, crap. This thing has a bad tendency to do that. Let's see. Can I... No. No. Okay, I guess that's it, huh? Oh, stop it. Let's make it worse. I could put these in there, but let's see. So our next step here is going to be to teddy bear the fields. And yeah, this will be fine. This can come up here. Got two doors, right? Of course, no one said it'd be easy getting it in there, but here we go. Now, I do not have stop milk on. We're going to let the cow milk get picked up every midnight, as it does in the default game. What's the matter, Mater? Mater fell asleep on my bed. Did you wake back up, buddy? Are you okay? You want to snuggle? Yeah? You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Mater fell asleep about 7:30 on my bed, and I thought, well, maybe he'll just go to sleep for the night, but nope, now he's up. It's 10 o'clock. Boing, here's Mater. What's what? That's my mower. This mower is a little bit too big for this tractor. See how big it is? That's a big mower. I should have gotten the smaller one for the front. But what have you? And here's another mower. These are mowers too. See that? And I could take all of these. Yep, those are mowers. But I'm done mowing now. I'm going to put these away. Because I'm all done. Well, I'm going to use this tractor to do something else. You'll see. We're going to take it and we're going to do what's called tedding. And then we're going to windrow. All right. Well, see you later, buddy. And he's off. He's probably going to watch Seth play Minecraft. I think it's probably a little more his speed. Oh. Dang it. Let's see if I do that. There we go. Let's wedge it. Alright, so we're going to grab... uh-oh. That didn't sound like it went too well. No, I want that on the front. We're going to put the weight on the front. I think we need a weight for this. Maybe not. Yeah, for the tedder, yeah, probably, because the tedder is mounted on the back of the tractor. Now, I wish that you could run the tedder up front and the windrower in the back. But the tedder has a tendency to whip back and forth, and if you put it on the front of the tractor, it just goes crooked. And it doesn't do a good job tedding, so that sucks. But it'd be really cool if you could run both at the same time. Or, no, you know what the problem is? It won't ted backwards. It only teds when you pull it this way. If you flip it around and push it, it won't ted, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but that's just how they have it set up. So, what are you going to do? You have to play nice with the game mechanics. Alright, so we're going to put this down, and we're going to begin the tedding process. Uh-oh. Matey, don't fuss! You see how it swings back and forth? So that makes for a problem right away. And then the other problem, of course, is that it won't ted backwards. So, but I guess it does angle into the grass. So I guess that does make sense that it would not be able to go the opposite direction. But you'd think they would make a front-mounted tedder. But maybe it has to drag behind because it'll get like wedged. If you try to push it, it would like wedge down into the ground and screw it up. And you wouldn't want that, you know. So in real life, what tedding does is, I just recently passed a field that had been mowed and tedded. And the tedding actually just takes the grass and whips it around a little bit and spreads it out. Because, you know, when grass gets cut, it's wet. And the tedding actually flips it around a bit and makes space between it so that it'll air out and air dry. And so what you end up with is you get dry grass, which is basically hay, and then you bale it. So this is an actual process. Farmers do this, and like I said, even here in Ohio right now, we're in the harvesting season, being in October, and I've passed several fields that have been mowed and tedded, and I'm also seeing a lot of, obviously, got to see a nice, huge, I think it was a CR 990. I'm sorry, my nose just got itchy all of a sudden. It was a New Holland harvester, real big one. And the farmer was also using a New Holland, gosh, it probably was a T6 or T7 series. It was a big tractor. I think it was a T7. It wasn't a T8 for sure, but it was bigger than the T. It looks like it was bigger than the T6. But then again, in person, these tractors are pretty big. So, you know, I could be over-exaggerating. Unfortunately, I was driving past, so I couldn't see what the insignia badge said, but he was sitting right out in the field with this CR 990 harvester, and it was really cool to see them together. And seeing a lot of auger wagons, small and big. So everybody's augering, everybody's augering, augering. I hate that kind of music. I really do. I do not. I guess if you like to dance, you know, I get it, but it's not my thing. So, all right, I'm going to keep tedding. I'm sure this is getting boring at this point, so I will see you guys in a couple minutes. All right. We are getting there. So I windrowed this section. I'm heading over to the, or tedded this section. I'm heading over to the last spot to do that tedding over there. That other dude's almost done seeding the grass field. And then we're going to grab our windrower, and I'm going to windrow up here, and then I'm going to grab probably the 595 and this guy, and we'll do the baling. This guy will run the baler, and the 595 I'll drive behind and pick up the bales with, so they don't roll away. Because this section here, I'll make one bale and then pick it up with the other tractor. Unfortunately, I have to run both of them. You can't just hire a worker to do baling, so you have to do it all manually if you haven't watched before. If you've played this game, you already know all this, but if you haven't, well, welcome to the baling section. Alright guys, so I'm going to keep rowing, and I will see you in a little bit. Alright. It's alright. It's all tedded now. I think in real life, you would allow it to sit for a couple days before you would, maybe even longer. In fact, I don't even know, they might ted it twice, but I think they would let it sit for a little while. Sorry about that, I had to yell at my kids. It's time for bed, and they didn't clean the hallway like they were supposed to, so now there's going to be angry dad to pay. And cleaning it up again. Seems like we're always cleaning. I know that harvester that I saw, the tractor was immaculate, but the harvester was a mess. That New Holland harvester I saw out in the fields. Alright, so we're going to park this. Not park it, we're going to... Well, yeah, we're going to park it. I'm actually going to put this... Where can I put this thing? Oops, the arms were there. Oh. I think we'll back this guy over here and drop it. And we're going to pick up our windrower. And, oh, by the way, I forgot. We need to take our, oh, nice driving. What? Got to buy a new windrower after today. There we go. We need to put the JCB away. Poor JCB. It's been abused. There's our grass field. We did a great job. Didn't really miss anything, so we're going to take this back up to the farm real quick here. I love how fast this tractor is. It's ridiculously fast. I love the in-cab too. It does look kind of like a car inside. Racing back at 50 miles an hour. Actually 60 kilometers. I think that's like 35. But we're going uphill with a loaded seeder. Actually an empty seeder. There's all the stuff I've been mowing. I'll drive like a good boy. Huh? John wants to watch a video? You need to get your bucket in bed. Okay, do it fast. The other thing that we're going to do while we're up here, we're going to grab that 595. Remember I was telling you how we're going to use that to pull the collection trailer. So, I'm ready for night nights. This might be a short episode tonight. This guy needs to be washed before we park him. Good. Might be some SpongeBob going on in the background. Beep, 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 beep. These weights. Yeah, it's not even 6 o'clock in the morning yet, and we're done seeding. Just shows you how fast that that big seeder is. The Vaderstat. It really is the most efficient seeder in the game. Not that we have a ton of fields, but 4 fields in 1 hour. It's pretty impressive. Probably, you know, 5 or 6 hectares or more. And we've got the whole thing seeded. A testament both to the horsepower and the speed of the JCB along with this seeder. Alright, so let's get this guy parked. A queen bee? Oh, that might just be a wasp. I'm going to switch it back to wheat so I don't forget. Did you squish it, Mater? She's making a shield. Alright, so we're going to park this here. Crash. And I'm going to grab this guy. I think I'll put the weight on the back. Can I pull the trailer with the weight? No, I can't. So we'll just leave the weight up. We'll leave the weight up here. The reason why I was going to bring the weight is because I'm planning on bringing the round bale grabber. Because what happens oftentimes when you do the baling on the hillsides, the bale roll away. And sometimes they get into spots where it's really hard to get them out with the bale trailer, so I may have to go down there and manually remove them. I must have gotten bit by something. Wow, he said that clear as a bell. I like the sunroof in this tractor. I want one of these in my car. Of course they leak, I guess, but it'd be nice to have a sunroof in my little XB. Oh, tried to beat my horn. Have to remap that button. Alright. Yeah, this has been a great little tractor. Actually, decent sized tractor. I'd be interested to see these side by side because I haven't actually had these two tractors in the same room together since I purchased them. So let's before we go any further, let's go ahead and park them next to each other and see what the differences in size are. Hi, everyone. Good night. Okay, first of all, the motor compartment's different for sure. Which is interesting because the 95 horsepower actually looks like it has a larger motor area. The wheels are about the same size, huh? This is definitely a smaller tractor, though, if you look at the overall size. The cabin's smaller. The wheelbase is not as wide. So it is a littler tractor. Definitely doesn't stand as tall. Cool. That's really cool. What a neat thing, huh? Alright, so we're going to grab, let's see, this guy's going to grab nothing yet, but he's going to be our bale picker-upper. And so we need to get the arms on, which are, I think, right around the corner here. There we go. Oh, you know what? And while we have that trailer out, let's go ahead and put this silage cutter up top. Once again, we're probably not going to use this, but let's go ahead and put it out here anyway. Move this in, set that down. Drop that right there, and then we'll get the bale grabbers, just in case. Hopefully we won't have to use them, but we might. Alright. And when you see the arms on this tractor, you start to realize how little a tractor it is, because the arms look huge on this little tractor. I don't know, mate. Is it? That's your magical school bus? There we go. So we have the New Holland twins ready to go to work. And we'll take this guy up. We'll just park him up there for now. He's not going to go into play until a little bit later. But we'll get him there just in case. Or just in prep. Just in time. Alright. Park that right there. And we'll grab this dude. And we're going to start to do our windrowing. If you haven't seen windrowing before, I'll give you a couple minutes of footage here, and then we'll pick up again when we go to do the baling. But windrowing, basically, you're taking this and making it into an easy way to pick it up with the baler, so that you don't have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I chose the smallest of the windrowers. They do make bigger ones, but I just figured for what we're doing, we don't really need the expensive big ones. Though we have the money for it, but this should be sufficient. So basically this tidies it up into a nice neat row that the baler can pick up. The bigger your windrower, the more you cram in, so you can make like one pass instead of like, I'm going to have to probably make 3 or 4 passes with this guy. And the other thing that I found is that if I, like let's say I ran this back and forth and kept windrowing into windrow so that I made like one windrow with this windrower, I lose a percentage of the grass from doing that. It's weird, but it actually gives you less of a result. So I found that just doing one pass per section is the best way, and just having to collect more lines. I used to try to combine the lines so it'd be less trips I had to make with the harvester, but that just didn't work. It actually made problems, so surprisingly it was an issue. You can see here already what the effect is of this and how it looks, and makes it nice and neat and easy to pick up for the baler. So you want to keep the lines as straight as possible, but in this case really there's not a whole lot I can do. It is going to be a little curvy. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool rowing. Alright guys, so I'm going to continue rowing here, and I will catch up with you once we're ready to do some baling and collecting, and I'll go over the process with you, and then hopefully once that's done, it'll be late enough in the day that the silage will be ready. So, and then at that point we'll start loading up. We'll do a test run with our Kuhn mixer, and if we can, we'll load it from the mixer. We have to manually load the mixer, but then you'll see what I'm talking about. We will sell off the silage that we made earlier and make a little bit of money, and we'll use that money to reinvest into cows. It'll be the only load of silage that we will deliver to the biogas plant right now. Maybe later on in the game we'll start doing it again, but once again we're trying to keep it as pure as possible. But you know what, we did lumber, and I feel like lumber in some ways is kind of the same thing, so just more tedious. But anyway, alright guys, see you in a little bit.